Hey everybody, Pastor John here with today's message. We're going to talk about something really important. So important that I'm sitting in front of the fireplace in our parlor to talk to you all about it today. It's a very important matter of faith, but it's an issue that comes up and we see throughout our world today. And that is conflict. So, conflict, disagreement, fighting. These are things that, if you're anything like what I was like growing up, you know a bit about. In my case, I had a younger sister, and sometimes she would have Legos that I was pretty sure were mine, and I would have Legos that she was pretty sure were hers, and well, you can imagine where that ended up. Jesus actually talks about this sort of thing, conflict. And Jesus brings it up because, well, it's going to happen in our lives, right? We're always going to find reasons to disagree with other people. If you're the sort of person who watches the news and is paying attention to what's happening around us, you can see that in our world today, all over the place. Sometimes that even happens in churches. And I think we all know how that can happen in families too, which is really sad. But Jesus talks about conflict. You may have heard it in the text that I preached on last Sunday. And what Jesus talks about conflict, the things that Jesus has to say, is that it's not so much that we shouldn't be in conflict with people, because that's just going to happen. That, for some reason, unfortunately, seems to be part of who we are as people. But how we do that matters. How we get into essentially fights matters. Now, I'm not talking about, the sort of the fights where somebody gets pushed or shoved or punched or bullied, right? Those are always bad. But I'm talking about the sort of things where you get into a disagreement with somebody, maybe your sibling or your friend or someone you don't know very well, or even one of your family members. And you kind of get into it a little bit. And what Jesus says is that no matter what, when we find ourselves in that conflict, we have to continue to love each other, to care about each other, and to take care in how we have that conflict with each other. So say you disagree completely with something that I've done, or I disagree completely with something that you've done. That doesn't take away for a second the fact that you are a beloved child of God, and that I am a beloved child of God, and that matters. And that should affect how we treat each other. Because even when we're in the middle of disagreeing, even when we're fighting over something, I'm still expected to care about you and to seek the best for you, just as you are still expected to care for me and to seek the best for me. Can you imagine what our world would be like if more of us who follow Jesus actually did that? That's certainly a hope that we have as his followers. And hopefully something that we as the church can teach people around us. Because if there's something that we don't do very well right now, it's fight. Which, if you're paying attention to what's going on out in our world, you can see, as I've mentioned before. But that stuff matters. So I'll see you next time. Thank you all for being the wonderful people you are. We miss you all so much. I know your teachers miss you, and I miss you, and the rest of the church misses you. I do hope that you have an opportunity to participate in the way that we're doing Sunday school a little differently, since, of course, we can't do it together. We didn't want to give you yet another screen to have to stare into, because I know a lot of you are doing that for school. So hopefully this will be a fun thing that you can do with your parent or your grandparent or your other adults who love you. And know that these were put together with a great deal of love for you. And I hope you get something out of them. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out with your parents to your Sunday school teachers or to me. I'm always happy to answer questions and always love getting them. So I hope you all are doing wonderful. Stay safe out there. Have fun and happy fall. And I'll talk to you next time.